Meanwhile, off the coast of Madripoor.
I spent my whole life riding the line, always afraid to cut loose.
Wish I could say the same, Iceman, mate. This gift of mine I definitely got me mileage out of and left enough bodies in my wake. Being part of this feels like restitution for the old days, yet I think this crew is bringing out the best in me.
Let's get to it, Pyro.
Sir, sit rep. The Krakoan vessel has deployed a protruding pyrotechnic ice sculpture.
I think it's a dick.
Yes, sir.
I think it's a dick.
Well, hold on. But Private Johnson needs to tell you more detail. Here, you talk to him.
Yeah, look, I'm pretty sure they're doing, those are definitely veins. You're definitely doing ice veins, and does that look circumcised to you? I can't tell.
Just give me the radio.
Okay,
Sir, yeah, this is the general again. Sir, what we're trying to say is, they created a dick, sir. A dick made out of ice, and instead of semen, it's...
Oh, wow! Oh, that's so cool! It's coming fire! Oh!
It's coming fire, sir.
Oh, that's cool.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to episode 180. Nope, not even close to that. 175 of... Actually, let's do episode 180. No, we don't know what books are coming out. Episode 175 of Comic Book Queer's Legacy. I am your host, Brett, and I'm joined by the better host, EvilJeff. Hi, Evil.
Not after this episode.
Not after this episode. Oh, don't throw... Are you taking a dive?
Oh, I'm literally on like maybe a combined total of like 6 hours of sleep since Friday. So...
EvilJeff, have you been editing a lot of drag-based comedy?
Yes. I'm editing some music videos for some famous drag queens. And I'm not going to say which drag queen, but because...
Oh, damn it.
Because if I did... all I will say is if you did find out who it was, you would feel very attacked. Now, you don't know who it is because you don't know the reference.
I think there might have been a clue.
But if you're a fan of Drag Race, you would know who that is. Anyway, so my brain is mush, but I'm thinking I'm going to have fun. I probably am not going to remember your name or the names of comic books or the names of anything. But let's do it.
Okay. Well, my name is Zweig, and you're very tired. I'm very tense. I am very tense today.
Let's let it out.
I am in a very bad mood. My goal for this episode is I'd like to end this episode in a much better, more relaxed mood than
Are you vaccinated yet?
No, girl.
See,
I
that's why
am
you're
getting
so
vaccinated on Saturday the 24th.
There you go, girl. I'm telling you, because for me, my next thing that I'm going to do later this week, I'm going to go get a massage.
I just did that. Oh my God, wait.
I'm excited. I haven't done that in like over a year.
Evil, I will say this. I just got a massage.
Ooh.
And I will say, it happened.
It happened?
Yes.
Like, you mean a happy ending?
Yes. Did
you, I mean, did you get massaged by a man?
Yes.
I mean, pretty much.
And
That's
was
kind
like,
of what will happen.
I was like, oh, he's getting very close and I don't mind. And clearly he sees that I don't mind and he doesn't mind either.
Yeah. I think that's usually the telltale is if you're aroused, then usually they just go with it.
I mean, it's like the same effect. Like they want to relax you.
Exactly. Because someone's like, they always do that. I'm like, no, there's times where I just want a massage and I don't get aroused because I'm not wanting that. And they don't suddenly try to grab your, like, hey, hey, you. It's not like a fucking, like,
hey, get hard. Trying to give you a massage here.
But you know, if anyway, I don't know. I feel like I was like, listen, my body is a machine. If you push a certain button, it's going to do a certain thing. Like I wasn't necessarily like, yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
But just let it happen. And then I screamed, now fuck me. And he was like, time's up. And I was so
what
embarrassed.
A bastard. What a bastard.
I screamed it. No, I'm just kidding.
I will say, when I was a porn director, one of my favorite scenarios to do was the masseuse. And there was two scenarios, and it's the only two types of scenarios you can do. You either had to have the strict professional masseuse and the dirty client with something else on his mind, or you have the strict professional client with the dirty masseuse. There always had to be someone that was like, what? That's not what I came into this situation
Can I add I think my ideal is athlete and sports massager.
Right. But still in that scenario, one of them isn't thinking there's going to be a happy ending.
Oh, right. And I feel like it's always the masseur that is the horny one in the sports scenario. Like the athletes are like, whoa, what are you doing?
I've shot both, and they both can be fun. Where the masseuse is like trying to be professional, but then the guy gets so hard, he's just like, oh, fuck.
And he's like, touchdown.
Yeah. I did another one where literally the masseuse, I had him get hard, and as he was like massaging, his hard dick kept just like brushing up against the guy's head. And he's like, is that your dick? And then there's another one where he was massaging him and his hard dick is pressed against the guy's butt. And he's like, what is that? He's like, a massaging tool. Anyway, let's get to some hot topics. What do you think?
Hot topics, hit it.
What are you gonna hit?
Hit.
Hot topics.
So we've got a lot of X-Men news that I think you and I should talk about, my X-Men loving friend.
Well, I will start with the only thing I saw is I saw on Marvel, they showed a clip, like a page thing, of two X-Men in the running. Two X-Men in the running to be a new X-Men in the voting situation, finding out that they lost.
Now, which one do you mean? Because there's more than one, my friend.
Wait, what?
Yes.
I only read one. I read one with Forge and Strong Guy.
Oh, you haven't even read the one you're going to freak out about.
No, wait, is the one with Boom Boom not making it?
It's Boom Boom and Tempo in another one.
Oh, and neither of them made it? What happens in that one?
It's so funny. So Boom Boom is wasted. She's double fisting and she's like, Tempo, can you believe that you and I used to kill each other all the time? Oh my God. And now we're in the running for X-Men. And Tempo's like, she's like, whoa, Jesus Christ. You're like slow down. And so she slows Boom Boom down and Boom Boom's like, we're cool. And Tempo's like, nope, this is horrible too. And so she just fast forwards to the whole thing and it ends with like, Boom Boom hysterical crying on her knees like, why don't people like us?
Jesus Christ.
It's fantastic. The reason why I think these are just original, I would call them skits, but I don't like that word. So I think these are comic book sketches.
Okay.
Skits belittles the art.
Right.
These are just like little original snippets, sketches, ways for Marvel to tell us who is still in the running for the last X-Man.
Okay.
Zeb Wells wrote the Madrox, Forge, Strong Guy one.
Yeah.
And then I can't remember who wrote
Wait, was Madrox in the running too?
No, he just showed up at the end.
He just showed up in the end. Okay.
Yeah. I don't remember who wrote the other one, but that means, and what a delightful way of like scenes from the Hellfire Gala. Yeah. As a way to say, so these may be snippets from another comic, like from Planet Size X-Men or something, but I mean, maybe it is. Like maybe Planet Size X-Men is one of those anthology books, like one story per page, maybe?
Yeah.
And these are some of those stories? Or
maybe
these are just original social media things.
Interesting.
So we have Armor, Banshee, Marrow, Polaris.
If fucking Marrow makes it, I'm going to slit my wrists, Brett.
Cannonball, and Sunspot. EvilJeff, I will guarantee, well, I'm probably going to be wrong, but I will give you my very strong point of view on why it will not be Marrow when we discuss X-Men books later in this show.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. A whole bunch of new X-Men books are dropping, and I did not even realize it.
Oh, yeah. So our second hot topic is this Reign of X kind of teaser announcement list of books coming out. So Reign of X says in April of 2021, we'll get Children of the Atom from Vita Ayala and Bernard Chang did that. Soon, as you know, we're getting Way of X by Cy Spurrier and Bob Quinn.
Yes.
And EvilJeff. Have you seen the teaser image for that?
No, who's on it besides Nightcrawler?
Dr. G.D. Nemesis?
Oh, I love him. What is he doing with religion? I thought it was all about religion.
Well, we don't know what's up with our friend Dr. Nemesis because not only has he grown out his beard to be like handlebar mustache, long gray beard, a la that look Captain Britain, Brian Braddock, was rocking for a while.
Yeah.
But he's also dyed his hair pink and orange.
Wait, what? Didn't he have a mask?
He throws his mask off in the panel. His mask is thrown off.
And he has
he's got big bushy hipster beard and dyed purple and orange or pink and orange hair.
What is that about?
And he's like, fuck it, dude. I don't know. I'm like, hey, after the pandemic, you can have any personality, right?
Well, I guess also masks just mean something completely different now after the pandemic.
Yeah, so.
Although I do think that the Krakoan drugs made the pandemic not happen, and I think the pandemic doesn't exist in the 616. That's my theory.
When we talk about Falcon and the Winter Soldier later, I'll really talk about how a pandemic doesn't exist in that world. But so that's Way of X, and then the other May is Teenie Howard and Alberto Foce with X Corp #1
with
X
Monet.
Corp.
And is Marrow
and
on
Angel.
that team?
Right now, all we know is that it's Monet and Angel running the X Corporation.
Oh, well, why did you...
as we discussed, the sales and marketing side of the pharma thing they have going on.
Why were you saying you knew that Marrow wouldn't be in it?
Oh, because when we talk about Marauders when we talk about X-Men 19, I will talk about it.
Oh, are you thinking that's
X-Men
leading
19.
to another book?
I think X-Men 19 is telling? Anyway, June we'll get the Hellfire Gala throughout all the books. And then EvilJeff in July.
Yeah.
We're getting a new X-Men #1. Not a big surprise. We knew there was a new team coming, but they're starting over at #1.
Why?
That book is being written by Jerry Duggan and drawn by Pepe Larraz.
Yay, finally.
Yay, that's why.
But I still don't understand why does it have to be #1? It doesn't make any sense. I know, it's so stupid. It's so stupid.
Well,
it just makes it a lot harder to search for them. Let me find X-Men #1. Which one?
Volume
There's 20 of
6.
them.
Yeah. So that's in July. In August, we are getting a classified new #1 by Leah Williams and Valerio Schiti, who is currently drawing Sword.
Okay.
And then we're also getting a classified new #1 by Jonathan Hickman and an artist they are not revealing. The artist is redacted.
If that one is not Moira, I'm going to blow my brains out again. There's so many. I'm threatening suicide every 5 seconds.
I have to think that one is Moira. Don't threaten suicide every 5 seconds.
It has to be Moira.
It's Moira.
Oh my God. I've been waiting for you, Moira, for so long. Come back to me. Well, that's
It'll be worth
exciting.
it.
That's exciting.
Right? That's exciting. So there's a lot of new X coming our way. Hooray.
But let's talk about some X now.
Hit it.
I want your X.
Come on. Oh.
So we have 2 weeks of X books to catch up on, my friend. So let's take it way back. Way back in the Wayback Machine to X-Men #19. by Jonathan Hickman.
We finally see what and get conclusions of like what happened in the vault.
And the answer is a shit ton of things.
And the answer is also, I hate it when it's kind of like, you know, if you did nothing, you would have been in a way better place.
Yeah.
Basically, this whole entire thing is like, all of this happened and, oh, everything's a million times worse. And it's all because we literally went in there.
How is everything a million times worse?
Darwin.
Oh, yeah. No, that's
If
fucked up.
Darwin did not go in there, the children of Adam children of the vault would have been like, oh, we can't beat the X-Men. We don't know what to do.
Right. But now they've
figured out using
adaptive.
Darwin, they've figured out now how to beat the X-Men. So they done fucked up.
Yeah.
But let's talk about it. It's how many, like 500, 600? How many years?
I mean, it's like 1,000.
Like 1,000 years. Fuck.
That Sync, Darwin, and X-23, I call her Talon, are trapped in the vault. Living lives, trying to attack the children of the vault, trying to stay unseen. There is a data page, a timeline, very reminiscent of House of X.
Yes.
That shows you kind of what their movements have been over many years.
And also the evolution of the children of the vault, of them trying to like, everyone's trying to figure each other out.
Yes, like adapt to best the other.
Even there's a point where all three of them for 100 years separated and were doing their own thing, and then they reunited, and then clearly X-23, she said she went by Talon?
She used to be called Talon for like a second. Remember that?
Yeah. X-23 and Sync start bumping uglies because, I mean, it's like, come on. Like, who would...
They don't and then they finish by being deeply in love with one another.
Yes. And then Darwin fucking gets kidnapped. But here's the thing is Darwin alive or is he dead? Like, what did they do to him? Like, is he...
Right.
It kind of, in a weird way, reminds me of, remember in Powers of 10 when there was like that one android telepath X-Men character?
Yeah.
And they kind of like put her brain in this thing. And it was like, it kind of was like that to me of like what they did to Darwin.
Just like stasis over time, pulling information, data, whatever.
Because was he brought back too?
He was not.
So, okay, so that's the thing. So they're assuming that he's still alive.
Yeah, so they're assuming. So basically, this story ends with Sync and Laura trying to get out of there. Laura stays behind to let Sync get out of the vault. Laura is killed. Sync escapes, is killed outside of the vault. But
so
Darwin...
that's one thing before we... And then Darwin wasn't, but I just want to bring up real quick of like the protocols of when the backup happened. Did they must have some kind of thing of like, if we see the vault opens, we need to make sure we do a backup immediately?
You know, I have to say yes. And this was one of the few moments where I was proud of Charles Xavier is... When Sync, I mean, he left that vault. He was outside for like 10 seconds max before they killed him. But Xavier got him.
Yeah.
Which, like, I love.
But
that
he
Xavier
did not.
came in with the literal save.
But he did not get Laura. He did not
because
get X-23.
She died inside the vault.
She died inside the vault. So they fucking, both of them come back. And Sync just looks at Laura like, there you are, my love. And she's like, what the fuck you looking at?
Yeah, because Sync has all of his memories from the 1,000 of years in the vault. Laura does not. Laura is reset to when she went inside the vault. So Laura has lived countless lifetimes that she does not remember. But Sync remembers. And here's why, EvilJeff. Marrow will not be on the X-Men. Because I feel like... we have just guaranteed that Sync and Laura will.
Okay.
Because look, ooh, come on. Don't give me the duo of I know that we've lived thousands of years together and you are my soulmate and we are of one mind.
Wait, is
and
Sync
everyone's
one of the
like,
people that you can vote for?
No, but that was just for the last member, the final
okay.
member. There's a whole other. So I read this and I'm like, well, you have just created this amazing history and dynamic between these two characters. I'm now convinced that these are two of our X-Men.
I would like that. I'd be down with that.
Yes.
My
right?
thing, though, is I'm very depressed about Darwin.
It'll make for some good villainy.
Okay, Darwin is the new Rain Sinclair of the X-Men. Because
no.
if you think about it, how did Darwin, what did we find out? He literally was murdered immediately on Krakoa, the original Krakoa battle to save the X-Men. He was part of that initial X-Men team with Falcon. And he was like on the island of Krakoa, just like basically half dead until he got rescued for decades. So that was
like
awful.
Living inside Vulcan
or something like that. Yeah. But basically like hibernating.
Yeah.
And so now he finally gets to live his life. They give him a part in X-Men
First Class.
First Class. Horrible death. Horrible death.
Literally could have survived that death. First of all, it's a horrific death. Second of all, easily could have survived it.
Yeah.
If they had just cared about the character.
And now now he's going to be for thousands of years trapped and being tortured. Come on. We need justice for Darwin. Can we please get some justice for Darwin?
Justice for Darwin, for fuck's sake. To close my earlier point, though, we're definitely going to have X-23 on the X-Men. How can we have Marrow? It is so redundant.
Can we just have... Okay, I'm going to be like,
You
hey...
can't have Marrow and Laura.
Hey, Marrow, I have a mission for you. Will you come with me to Otherworld for a second?
Just for a sec. We just got to get some mustard.
Oh, no. Did you just get poisoned?
Oh, no.
Anyway.
Oh, well.
X-Men.
So, but right? I will be so disappointed if Sync and Laura are not now part of this new X-Men team because we need soapy drama. It's the X-Men.
Yes.
And this is some soapy drama right here.
Yeah.
He's like, don't you know you love me? And she'd be like, I'll cut your fucking balls off.
And he's like, fine, you can cut them off because as long as I'm with you, they'll grow back.
Yeah, and Sync is like super powerful now because he was resurrected. Come on. All
it
the
looks
signs
like,
are saying.
but that's the thing is it looks like he can sync any powers, not just a mutant's powers. And I would say because he can sync the Children of the Vault, I bet you he could sync Captain Marvel. I bet you he could sync, you know what I mean? Like, I think he could sync anyone.
Listen, what if they were building this new X-Men team just being like, we need a new Rogue, we need a new Wolverine, we need a new Nightcrawler, and like that's how they were building it? I'd love it. Sync's our new Rogue, Laura's our new Wolverine.
Kind of like Children of the Atom.
I'm the new Nightcrawler.
What else did we read?
We read, do you want to talk about Marauders or Excalibur?
I like them both equally, I think. So I'm fine
Let's
with
talk
talking
about
either of them.
Marauders because it's number 19. Excalibur is number 20. How about that?
All right. Marauders. Pyro and Iceman grow a dick sculpture as a distraction. What?
They do. It's effective. They also call themselves the Two.
Which is also very weird is he's developing this relationship with Pyro. And I still want to know what the fuck happened with him and the other Pyro. He was fucking
Correct.
the other Pyro.
Yeah.
And also, what is happening with him and Christian Frost?
Yep. All in due time.
Inquiring minds want to know.
I just love that these two are carving out a friendship, I would say, as somebody who wrote a play about what it's like for a gay man and a straight man to be best friends. I will say that I'm invested in this heterosexual, homosexual friendship. However, they're all mutants and they're all mutant sexual, so it doesn't apply.
Yeah, it's all up for grabs. Hey,
It's all up for
look,
grabs.
if Cyclops is taking it up the butt, it's all up for grabs.
I mean, these two are, you know, something important to one another.
I mean,
I'm
they
sure
probably
sex is
just.
on the table.
I'm sure it's more like they probably just like rent a bisexual porn together and beat off.
Right. Yes. And like Iceman like cools his balls a little bit. He's like, "Oh, mate, stop."
Can Iceman cool his cum as he's ejaculating,
Yes, he's Omega.
so that he can shoot basically like cum bullets into somebody?
Yeah, he's Omega.
Great.
It's great.
Just a side note, since we just brought that up, as you know, I read an equal amount of gay manga as well as X-Men, and there is a supernatural manga I'm reading called Pearl Boy. And literally the plot is this guy comes pearls, and he's been kidnapped by the mob and have him gangbanged so that they can get the pearls and sell them. And then this guy comes to like rescue. It's, for some reason, it's actually really good. It's actually really, really good. But everyone's like, what are you reading? Oh, it's just like a story about a guy who comes pearls.
Pearl Boy? He's a pearl diver. He's a pearl comer. I mean diver.
Anyway, Pearl Boy, read it. The main guy is so hot. I'll send you a picture of him. You'll read it after that. Anyway, so Marauders, it looks like they're basically, if they go, because of all the UN sanctions, they're kind of stuck offshore, but the Verendi is basically going to blow everything up.
Yeah. And have the Reavers just destroy all of Lowtown.
Yeah, because they just want to build like high rises there.
They're 1%ers.
And so they decide to Morlocks it and go into the sewers.
Yeah.
And bring the actual
it's the 1%ers
Morlocks.
versus the sewer people. It's gorgeous. The sewer people have never been cooler. We've never liked the Morlocks more.
Now, wait a minute. They showed this Morlock that was there in that old X-Men issue.
Yes. Girl.
That looks like
Did you
Jean
die?
Grey.
Yes.
I did, but I was like, I thought that person.
What was that from?
Did that person real? That is one of the worst.
Do you
X-Men
remember that
arcs.
fucking panel where people were like, "Oh my god, it's Jean Grey," and she was like, "Bleh,"
Yeah.
and she had this thing come out of her mouth. Like, I just think it's so cool that they left that character Bliss like in that X Factor-ish
uniform
costume.
That's what I was like.
if
Wait a minute.
If you look, it's not. There's no X on it. It's not the X Factor costume. It just looks a lot like it.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Just like she's not Jean Grey. She just for some reason. This is what I want. I want Bliss. I want it revealed that Bliss is the original Jean Grey from the 1960s comics. Pre-Phoenix. Ever since Phoenix, Jean Grey has not been Jean Grey. Jean Grey is actually Bliss.
Where the
Just
fuck
give
did
to
that?
me.
Where
What's
the
the
fuck
big
did
deal?
that tongue
Echo's
head
Phoenix
come from?
now.
Oh, is that who ended up getting it? Echo?
Yeah.
Whatever.
What the fuck ever. Oh, King in Black ended. Venom is a god now. That's all you need to know.
Venom is a god?
Yeah.
What about his son?
He's fine.
Just real quick, did anything interesting happen in the Wiccan and Hulkling King in Black?
No.
Okay.
No, it's just cute.
All right. So what anything else interesting happen with Marauders?
Great relationship with Iceman and Pyro. Morlocks take back Lowtown. Here's another thing. Marrow is like, I'm going to work in this bar in Madripoor, so she's not going to be on the X-Men.
Good.
And Jerry Duggan wrote this. He's writing X-Men. He put her in her place. He's like, it ain't her, folks.
Yeah. Fuck you, Marrow.
Bishop takes down the Dr. Frankenstein kid on Hellfire Club.
Yeah, his like Reavers. He kind of takes that down.
Yeah. Morlocks take over the bar. They're great. It ends with Bliss's little mutant tongue thing, having a drink.
Now here's
what an
I will
what an
yes,
ending.
yes. Here's the one thing I will say. X-Force has the protocol to use deadly force. They need to fucking kill the Verendi. Like, you just have to kill. Like, if you were a good government, Xavier and Magneto would have kill orders on. Like, I mean, come on, kill orders, kill orders, please.
But they're kids.
Who cares?
Oh my god. All right, let's talk about Excalibur.
Alice.
I will say this. As great as Marauders is, I noticed that you and I spend a significantly less time talking about it if Emma Frost is not in the issue.
That's true for anything.
Right.
Okay. But let's talk about Alice.
Oh, God.
Alice McAllister.
EvilJeff. I can't. When I read that her name is Alice Malice McAllister, I'm like, that's the best thing I've ever. That is the best piece of X-Men information ever delivered.
But I love that the fact when it's like, hey, where did Malice come from? Oh, I'm going to do all of this. And the interesting thing is, at first I was kind of like, in this, it's all just like, we need to bring Malice back. And I'm like, she was part of the original Marauders. They're awful. And I guess it was like, I guess if they gave Grey Crow a pass.
Redemption.
But then I thought about it again. She didn't really take over until Polaris. And I don't think she really killed anyone.
Awful.
She was awful, but I don't think Malice didn't kill all the Morlocks.
No, in fact, wasn't Malice she joined after the massacre?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I think all of the worst things that they did, she came after.
Yeah. Also, just a kid. Literally a kid.
Yeah, she's just a teenager.
She's a fucking kid.
Who accidentally used her powers and left her body.
Yeah. I love all of it. They don't explain the choker. They don't have to. It's just a thing.
But is she now just karma?
Right? Or does she have to leave her body to do the thing where Karma's like, I'm fighting and I'm going to take over you and you and you and we're still fighting. Does Malice drop to the floor when she
Well, who knows? But that's the thing
inhabits?
is once you get resurrected, your powers kind of start improving.
But
So-
what a great character to be like, you know what? We've used this plot device of a character for so much. Let's turn her into a character.
Yeah, let's make her a person.
Make her people.
And basically that's what happened is they kill her.
They kill her and resurrect her, but they're like, now be good. And she's like, okay.
Yeah. But one thing that we did note is there is this kind of, I mean, I'm almost wanting them to become lesbian lovers of Betsy Braddock and Conan. They are realizing that because their powers were so intertwined for so long, they can each handle each other's psychic blades.
They can manipulate each other's powers. It's
Yeah.
fascinating.
And so it's just kind of as much as we might not like it, we actually work really well together.
Of course.
Very
as much as we
interesting.
are repulsed and repelled by one another, we're actually two sides of the same coin.
Yeah.
It's great. Who doesn't love that? Who also doesn't love Emma Frost being so pissed that she got taken over that she went to her diamond panic room and stood there angry, waiting for it to all blow over. I love that panel. She's so mad. Oh, it's so good. Xavier's like, no, Emma basically just got the fuck out of there. And I was like, oh, is it safe to come out yet?
Oh
So
my
great.
God. Yeah, it was fun. It's really good. I'm interested to see where she shows up again, or if it's just kind of no, she's there, but I want her to show up somewhere else.
Yeah, is it oh, I needed to fill an issue, so I did Malice.
But I seriously would love, she's walking around and then Polaris is like, hey, what's your name?
What's your name?
I'm Malice. What?
I'm Alice McAllister. Funny, I thought you said Malice there for a second, but why would you have? Oh no!
Wait,
I'm
is that a
Alice.
choker? What's that fucking choker you're wearing?
But Polaris would be like, wait, hold on, Malice. Your name is Alice McAllister. I was like, okay, I guess the name doesn't seem so intimidating anymore.
Oh, well, that's the X-Men.
Like if it would be like if my mutant name was like Threat. It was like, oh wait, your name's Brett? Oh, okay.
Oh, I heard a new fun thing where you replace the first 4 letters of your first and last name with fuck.
So fuckness. Would be my name. Fuckness. Do I win that game? That's the best one.
Well, mine's
Fuckness.
fuckery fuckcubbin.
Fuckery fuckcubbin.
Fuckery fuckcubbin. It
like
kind of works.
Fuckness.
It kind of works for everybody.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. It's good. We like it. So that's them X-Men books. Can we get a Hellfire Gala?
I can't wait. Can't wait. But know what else I can't wait about? I can't wait to talk about some Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
What a segue. Hit it.
Someone who'll watch superhero sci-fi stuff with me.
Ooh, 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 Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Ooh. Falcon Soldier. So this was I believe this was a masterpiece of an episode, I think.
Well, are we talking
However-
about, are we going to talk about just the last episode? Because we haven't talked about the last 2 episodes.
Oh, yeah, we'll talk about it in general.
Finally, Revenge Lady shows up. What's her name again? I'm never going to remember it.
Io?
The girl from...
Dora Milaje?
No. No, from the TV show Revenge.
Oh, Scandal. No, Revenge. Sharon Carter.
Sharon
Agent
Carter.
13. Emily Van Camp.
Emily Van
Those
Camp. So she
exceptional.
shows up, and she's the person I was like, yay. She shows up, and I love that she's kind of like, do you realize when the Civil War happened, all of y'all, like, I kind of got fucked over because of all of you assholes? I was like, oh my God, she got fucked over. And now she's like, I'm just living a life of crime. You can, in Madripoor, fuck off.
Yeah. Also, you're the power broker, right?
Is she the power broker?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, please. She has got power broker written all over her.
See, there's at the end
Girl.
credits, there's another dude who looks like and so I feel like he might be the power, because you know how Emily Van Camp,
What do you mean? Like a graphic or a name?
like there's a graphic, because you know how like Emily Van Camp, like
Oh.
she was kind of blurred out in the end credits, and it wasn't until she actually starred in it that then it showed her and it was like her name.
Yeah.
There's like another thing like that, and I'm wondering if there's another
Oh, really?
person that's going to, that'll be the power broker.
So 2 things on this. One is, I feel like this show has been edited down to fit in its current capacity, and I'll speak more about that later. So I can see there being graphics that suggest kind of original plans, and anyway, I think the to me, like the most straightforward storytelling, a la "Don't you fuckers get it? It wasn't Mephisto. It was just fucking Wanda the whole time."
Yeah.
It would be for Sharon to be revealed as the power broker.
I mean,
the power broker identity is very much a thing.
Would love that.
I
Okay, but
absolutely
if she-
think
but
that
if
is
she is the-
100% where we're going.
Wait, but if she is the power broker, then did she just take them to where that dude was who made the serum just so that Zemo could get rid
Would
of him?
kill him. Maybe.
To take him off
But
the table?
Here's one thing why maybe not. And this is something, I don't know if it comes down to editing or if I don't know if this is intentional. One of the scenes where she's back on the phone with Sam, she all of a sudden, like, she has to deal with the fact that they took out Nagel. She's like, you killed the golden goose. And it seems like she's more affected by that than she's letting on.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to get to is that in a later scene, she has a bloody lip and bruised knuckles. So I don't know if that is just editing, or like they pulled a scene from earlier, like after she had been in the fight, or did she get fucked up? Did she get roughed up because Nagel was killed?
But if that's true, then
she's
does
not
that
the
mean
power
she's not the
broker,
power
she's working
broker?
for the fucking power broker.
Okay. Interesting.
Now, I have heard a rumor. There is internet rumor happening that there is going to be somebody, likely in episode 5, that is going to be a character who is a pretty major Marvel character who has not been introduced in the MCU proper yet. This character is played by an award-winning actor, and there is rumor mill that big actor, big character, one that we will recognize is still gonna happen. So here we go with Mephisto shit again. If any of this is true, to me, the only logical answer is that it would be Vincent D'Onofrio as the Kingpin.
Ooh.
So
I like that.
I think the odds. I think the odds are 95% Sharon Carter is the power broker, and they just pieced that together. I think there is a 5% chance that the power broker is someone else. If the power broker is someone else, I think there is a 20% chance that it is D'Onofrio as Fisk.
Can we also just talk about how Madripoor is the place they went to?
How about that?
Madripoor. X-Men. That is an X-Men place. Yeah. That is an X-Men place.
That's Wolverine territory. Like that is
So,
Wolverine 101.
Is it more racist? So Madripoor is known for being
no Asians,
a country of crime. So that's was like, oh, if it's this crime country, is it more racist to make it an Asian country, or is it less racist to make it, because it's not an Asian country anymore? So yeah. I can't figure out which is, because it kind of bothered me that it was like, why is it not Asian? True. But then it was like,
also, do we want it to be?
Yeah. So I can't decide which is worse. Yeah. Did you know, though, that they originally had a website for Madripoor?
I actually went on it last night.
And it had some references to X-Men stuff in it.
Yeah, it had, I think, a boat named Mystique.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Dakin.
They were like, don't do that.
And then they took it out. And then
they
took them out.
They were like, they can't handle shit like that. People will go fucking berserk, and they will make all these assumptions that will become quote unquote reality. And then when we hit them with what we're actually doing, they'll all be disappointed. So,
but that is going to happen no matter what.
Yeah, but especially if you put a boat named Mystique, like, people will get way too carried away.
Oh my God.
And they will hate
so
everything
stupid.
you do. After
like
that.
me, I'm just like, oh, that's so fun that they put a boat named Mystique there. Ooh.
Right. But instead, like, for some reason, things like that are now political.
Right. Here is my 20-minute episode on the Mystique boat at
X-Men
Madripoor.
confirmed in the MCU.
Have you noticed, like, every episode of WandaVision and it will be for Loki too. It'll be like, it'll be either Mephisto or X-Men showing up, or Fantastic Four.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I want to say that I'm going to throw in my criticism right now before I go into the thing that brought me more joy than anything ever.
Okay.
I need this show to be more courageous. If we're going to do Sam Wilson didn't want the shield because he understands the two Americas, the America that Captain America symbolizes and the America that actually fucking is, and that as a black man, he could not take up the mantle, and he wasn't even sure if he wanted to in the first place as a black man. Like, we need to do this harder. We need to do this more clearly, and we need to do this with a stronger point of view, I think.
I agree with you. And I think the show is also suffering from being in the shadow of WandaVision. I think WandaVision just hit it so far out of the park that everyone's expectations are so high that even when you watch this amazing, great, good show, it's not, the twists and turns aren't mind-boggling. They're kind of just like a good show.
Yeah, thriller. Yeah.
And that make and that's the thing, is you make it, because I will say, by the time we all know what's going on with US Agent. We all know what's going to happen with him. We all know he's going to be the bad guy. We all know he's going to take that damn serum. Like, you know what I mean? It's all like telegraphed very easily that you can see it happening.
I want them to be more explicit. I want it to be clear that this is white mediocrity.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying is, right now, it's like, because I can see what's happening, you really need to, you need to punch it further, because they're very subtly bringing up all these issues of race. And I agree with you. They need to not do it subtle. No, I agree. They need to flat out say it.
I am hanging by a thread of being disappointed that there has not been an Isaiah Bradley follow-up. If we don't have that story, then what the fuck are you doing? Like, and I know it's probably coming. I know it's probably going to be Sam's source of inspiration to take the mantle back up. But, like, we need to be clear. Like, this needs to be about Sam more. And this needs to be about Sam's experience and Sam's point of view and Sam's goddamn family. Like, this needs to be about Sam Wilson more. Don't get me wrong. I love the Bucky shit. And I'll get into in a moment. But I think we need to kind of like slow our roll on Bucky and get more into Sam.
I think you can do both. I think you can do both.
You can do both, but we need more of this Sam Black Captain America story. Like, I just really want Marvel to show some fucking balls and take a stand and take a stance.
Yeah. And here's my other little complaint. The woman who plays the main, nemesis.
Yeah.
She's kind of boring. She's kind of boring.
Yeah.
I feel like they needed, I don't know if it's the writing where they need to give her a little more.
So here's where
or if it's the actress.
So it's the editing. There was clearly a virus story, and they cut the whole thing out. There are so many scenes involving the Flag Smashers where, not exposition, but like plot information that moves things forward, you never, ever see the actors saying them. The lines are always like said over a reaction shot or an establishing shot.
Oh.
So they never made it clear what that woman they were so obsessed with died from. Like the woman, they're all like, oh my God, she died. We're like, who the fuck, who died?
Yeah.
Why?
Who cares?
Like, I really believe that there was some sort of virus kind of story arc involving the Flag Smashers, and all of that was taken out. And they reshaped the whole Flag Smasher story.
Why? Because I feel it's missing something. Why would they take it out?
I think it was, because it hit too close to home.
Oh, with the virus.
Yeah. And so it probably would have been called out for being insensitive, too soon, whatever.
Oh,
but I really, really do think that there was some kind of virus.
Another thing, the coronavirus has to ruin another show.
Yeah. So I think the Flag Smasher story has been edited down to something else because they couldn't tell the original story. If you go back, you're like, oh, shit. Yeah, like every single important piece of Flag Smasher plot information, you never see the actor saying it.
Well, they need to do a better job of giving them something else then. Because right now I agree, it just feels like there's something missing.
Yeah, no, I think it's a good story of them wanting the pre-blip back world. You know, like the world.
Yes,
was
but
better.
the world was better, but we're not really seeing. I don't really see the struggle that they had. They haven't
Right,
really
no,
shown the
it's-
struggle that you
yeah,
like,
it's
because that's
weak.
is they're really showing her as a sympathetic character so that you'd want to be on her side. But I'm just kind of like, but why? You're showing her, you're editing her, you're portraying her as sympathetic, but you have not given me a reason of why I would be
They're-
on her side.
I think their story has been drastically cut down and reshaped, and it suffered.
But I
from
mean,
it.
one of the things I am liking is Walker finally takes the serum,
Yeah. Yes.
and he his partner dies. Was it Battlestar?
Battlestar.
Battlestar gets killed, and then he, in front of all of social media, murders one of the flag
Yeah.
flag smashers.
Yeah.
Flag smashers.
The flag smasher who admitted he used to look up to Captain America died looking up to Captain America. Yeah. Walker is white mediocrity who is put in a place over black excellence. He's the twitchiest. Like, if you notice his physical muscle spasms,
Yeah.
like twitchiest, most out of control of his body, most not aligned with himself person who to me is like represents like the white moderate, you know?
Yeah.
Like, who isn't a bad guy? Like, I think that like the black woman in the locker room with him like might have been his wife or his girlfriend. Like, he's got a black best friend, he's got a black wife, maybe black girlfriend.
But at the same time, they've also alluded that when they were in battle, they did sketchy shit.
They did fucked up shit, and they won medals for shit that they should not. Like, very Agent Carter, where you find out like the army medal receiver is like a scumbag and did this horrible thing.
Yeah.
Chad Michael But so everything John Walker represents, like, be more fucking explicit about it, please. Now, I want to talk about probably my, like, easily one of my top moments in the MCU ever. The beginning of episode 4.
Of which part?
Where they show the deprogramming moment of Bucky.
Oh, yeah, that was so sad.
It was so sad and sweet where Io, you know, who was the first Dora Milaje we saw? We saw her in Civil War.
So she
First time we
was.
saw
Oh,
her.
okay. She was. Okay, that's where I was like, was she in the other movies or is she a new
Oh,
character?
yeah. She's been in all the other movies.
Okay.
Yes. Looking fierce as fuck. Not much dialogue,
Yeah.
but fierce as fuck. That scene with her and Bucky where she takes him way away from Wakandan civilization and says the deprogramming word or the programming words to Bucky, and he has those flashbacks, and he has, you know, that emotional scene, and she says, and you know, she gets through the words and nothing happens. He's great. He's not the Winter Soldier. And she says, "You are free." And he looks up at her about to cry, as if to say, like, "I don't believe you, say it again." And she says it again, and he like breaks down crying. And I was like, honestly,
Was
thank
she
you.
saying those
Thank
words in
you.
Wakandan?
Yes, which is weird. Like, they work in any language.
That's what I was going to say, because that's what I was like, does it? I was like, yeah, can it be any language, those words?
But like that was one of the most emotionally powerful scenes I've ever seen in Marvel.
'Cause I will
and
say-
Sebastian Stan did it with no dialogue.
Because of that, I lost the emotion because I made a joke about like, and then he walks away and then someone says it in English and he starts killing them.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, whoops.
Yeah, tonal misstep there. Watch it again and just be quiet, no bits. And it is very powerful. And then if you like think about the timeline, I think they say like 6 years earlier or something, which means like I watched a video on YouTube. It happened like about a week before Infinity War, so he had like zero time to be free and just had to go right back into a battle.
Yeah. Shit.
But
And we also learned something interesting is that Wakandan technology comes with a price.
it sure does.
And they had just basically, she just turned his arm off. So
did you see that fucking jerk on Twitter? Like the old director of Teen Wolf was like, that's really fucked up for the Wakandans to like put that shit in there and bucket it. I was like, what? Like, are you serious? What? Huh? I say smart.
Oh, we're helping this person that's actually an assassin, and just in case he gets reprogrammed again, maybe this like
The deadliest man in the
deadliest
world.
arm, maybe we should have some control over.
Untested science of like deprogramming this guy. Like, I think putting something in place
safeguard
in case it didn't work was smart.
Yeah. Fuck you, Teen Wolf.
Your free vibranium arm. Fuck you.
I wanted her to take the shield because she's like, this is made of vibranium. We're taking it back.
We're taking it, sorry. And you know what? That eye is made of vibranium too. We didn't tell you. At her last words after the fight, she looks at him and she goes, I watched it the second time I noticed it with the captions on. She goes, Bast, damn you, James. Bast is their panther god. So she basically went, God damn you, James.
Yeah.
Because they knew, not that shit. I'll say this. This is what I want. I want Io to be like, we didn't put the failsafe in because he's the Winter Soldier. We put the failsafe in because he's a fucking colonizer. That's why we did it.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Get off my property.
I am curious of, because we are seeing Wakanda and stuff, of like where, at what point is Black Panther going to die?
Yeah, I don't, like, what are they doing with that? They said they're not recasting
No, I think
Chadwick Boseman. I'm like, recast him. Just recast him.
Yeah.
Like,
I think
can
it's
we-
the
I
thing.
still
I
want
think it's where
T'Challa.
people are like, oh, it's so, how can we do that to him? How can we do that?
He's about to win a fucking Oscar. Like, recast him.
Yeah. I do, because for me, I think it's such a symbol. It's such an amazing symbol. I think the symbol is just as important as the actor. And killing off the symbol, I think, is awful.
You need King T'Challa as a character and story, like just for the like this the emotional benefit of that character, and just for the cool Marvelness of that character, like, or give it to Dana Garai, give it to Okoye. I know in the comics it's Shuri, in the MCU. It wouldn't make any sense for it to be Shuri.
Shuri's like, she's like
one-
the Q. She's too
Right.
much.
It would be the most poetically beautiful thing to give it to Okoye.
Yeah.
Do it. Oh. I don't even know. I'm so emotionally invested in this show.
Are you gonna be okay?
I'll be okay if there's a meaningful Isaiah Bradley episode. Then I'll be okay.
I'm
Also,
dreading that. I'm scared they're gonna do like show in the past and
I
show
want
his journey.
fucked
I'm gonna be
up-
fucked up from it.
I want Lovecraft Country level fucked upness.
Oh, I'm scared it's gonna be Watchmen episode. What was that? Episode 6?
Yes, give me this. Give me that. Give me Watchmen. Give me Lovecraft. Evidently, Them is oof.
Is that
Lena Wath show?
is that a horror movie or is it a
Show.
drama?
Horror show? But it's supposed to be like real racial violent. I'm like, oh, I don't know.
I know. One day.
Plus, it looks like Get Out, and it's called Them, like us.
Yeah. Once
Lena, what are you doing?
Yeah. Once the world gets back to sort of normal, then I can watch horrible things again.
I know. Yeah, my husband cannot take it.
Wait, did you say is
he
them?
saw the
Wait, is them who's writing it?
Lena Waithe.
I've heard shit. There's rumors that she's not nice on set.
Oh shit.
Anyway,
I'm just surprised. It just feels like a Jordan Peele ripple. I don't know. It's called Them, not Us. I'm like, wait. Stop it.
well,
I think that's all I want to say about Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
I think we did it.
I think we did.
I think we did what we came to do.
We did that and more.
Thank you guys for listening in. If you love the X-Men, if you love the MCU, we're going to be fucking talking about it, and we're not going to stop. Next week, we'll probably talk about some other shows that we've been watching and some other comics we've been reading. So please keep listening. Please subscribe to our Instagram. Follow us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, wherever you can listen to us, and comment. Tell people about us. We are desperate for attention.
Desperate.
And if you're gonna tell people that read comics but they're not gay, whether or not they should listen to this, they should read it, because I hate to break it to you, if you read comics, well then that makes you queer. Bye.
Bye.
Shazam.